as a martial arts teacher, how you think about your place in the world, how you think about what your mission is, what your work is, it changes your vocabulary. It changes the way that you build your curriculum. It changes how you market. If you're stuck in a very small place, and our work in many ways can be very, very small. You work with a kid, you build his or her self-esteem, you pat him on the back, you create opportunities for a child to feel what the success of goal setting, what courage feels like. I mean, that's a very small and valuable thing. On a grand scale, if you have XX amount of students, each one of those students not only interacts with you at your school, but then ideally takes what you practice on the mat and puts it to work in their lives. So you have the ability, like any teacher, to affect the smallest thing, and in turn, because of the people, the numbers you teach, the length of time, and your vision, you have a chance to affect the community. What does an individual person need, whether they be a child or an adult who hasn't been exercising, or someone who's interested in self-defense? You can deal with those issues. What does a community need? A community needs engaged members who will address problems and not wait for somebody to fix them for them. A community needs joy and happiness and compassion and boots on the ground. You can affect that if you think about it. But that work and how it manifests itself is evident in your language, or there's a lack thereof in your language. If you're still letting someone else do the marketing for you on the key words that get all the traffic on the web, well, that's good. That's like describing yourself as an American citizen male, But you're more than that, right? You're like, you can be a Renaissance person. You could be an activist. You could be a leader and a teacher and a mentor and all sorts of things. But the reason I'm talking about that is because how you think about yourself and your work, what your intent is, both on a small level and a grand level. Those things shape your language. They shape how long you're willing to work on something, how you go about it, how deeply immersed in the subject you are, and that affects your marketing. Now, some people, and it's a complaint of mine, get stuck on marketing things about the martial arts that everybody markets. So when you're competing against other people, they're promoting these things and you have the exact same language, the exact same images, the same student creed, all that. And that works to a certain extent. But for me as a martial arts teacher, I got really bored with that. I mastered it. And I loved it and I appreciated it, but I felt like there was something more, like I could do better work. And that's what I do in my association, the community, is I help instructors move towards better, more interesting, more passionate and compassionate work. I think if you're going to sustain a career for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you not only want to do important work, important kinds of work to keep from, feeling like you're not relevant or getting bored, but you have the potential to do significant things. I mean, all the people who come through your dojo are going to go out and affect the world. What can you arm them with? What can you inspire them to? How can you show them how we take the martial arts, at a core level, feet on the ground, hands up, learning how to overcome obstacles and think quickly and all that. How can that translate into things that make the world a better and more peaceful place, that make a community a better place to live, that when people look at your school, they don't see a school where people learn to fight hand to hand. I mean, that's a given. They don't see just a bunch of trophies in the window. It's a given. You're going to have those successes. You want to have a school that's an institution in the community where the leaders of that community came through your influence and as a result learned a little bit more about courage and focus and concentration and perseverance. And they had a sense of team and camaraderie with their fellow men and women. And they learned how to get things done, not only individually, but as a team. You have that potential and you can really, cultivate something in people that maybe they don't find in other sports or in school. Maybe their parents are trying to do it, but who listens to their parents, right? So you're part of the tribe. You're part of that community. If you want to make your marketing more meaningful, you have to embrace subjects that are meaningful. And in today's world, today, 2016, 2017, there is lots of work to be done. There are environmental issues, there are health issues, there are political issues, there are issues of anger and violence and discrimination. And the martial arts master teacher can think about those things and find a way to inspire people to take action in the smallest of ways and in grand ways. That's what this report is about. And if you're interested in running a martial arts school that's not just a blueprint of someone else's, not just taking the old things and putting it in to today's world, but to move forward, to redesign the work we do and the meaning of the work we do and to redesign a school's role in the community, I think you should reach out to me. I think I have something for you. I think I can be an integral part of your village. And do you see how I'm getting my work done by helping others to do better work too? That's what we're all doing, isn't it? I'm Tom Callos. You can reach me at 530-903-0286.